Hello, welcome to episode 2. You don't know that podcast.
It feels like episode 3, but I guess it is episode.
It's episode 2.
Two.
They brought us
Wow.
back for a second episode.
Wow.
I
How
can't
did we
believe
get
it.
renewed? We got renewed.
And we still ain't getting paid.
Probably for the best.
I mean,
We're very. We need work.
hey, alright, listen.
We need help.
You have done the most work, okay? I ain't worked since I was born.
Okay, calm down. Make it seem like you just came into this world and then for 26 years you just sat down somewhere.
Hey, sitting is hard, okay? You gotta get your legs bent.
Yeah.
You gotta sit.
That's the hard part. You gotta bend your
Yeah,
legs.
you gotta bend your legs.
Oh my god, we're off to a bad start.
All right. I don't. If for all maybe 5 of you who heard episode 1,
Thank you.
I just want to reiterate. Please, if you're gonna, I'm just gonna say this for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not gonna, wear your mask,
Oh,
you don't want to get the vaccine. That's fine, as long as you don't interact with literally anyone else.
yeah, stay at home.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I've been at home for the majority of COVID, and
Yeah.
even I got my vaccine.
Yeah. You need to stay home.
Cause I mean, look.
We just went to the store, and we both wear glasses.
Oh.
We both have our masks on. Our glasses are fogging up. My glasses keep slipping off of my face.
Yeah, your glasses don't fit to your face.
No, I
they
never got
slip
mine.
off and they fog up.
Yeah. If I'm not wearing the mask, I'm okay. But the mask and the glasses, my glasses will fall off my face. All because you people don't want to stay home.
Okay, listen, all right? There might be a chip in the vaccine.
Oh, I forgot about
and
the
if you
chip.
put it into you, the government will track you.
Yeah. Because there's no other way the government can track
Hey,
you.
listen, all right? As long as you don't own a house.
No, it's not like they got chips and cell
As long
phones.
as you don't have a mailbox or a P.O. box. As long as you don't have an internet connection. As long as you don't go to work.
As long as you don't have a cell
A
phone.
place of reference to where you get your paycheck, they can't track you.
Yeah, there's no way anybody can know where
As
you
long
live.
as you live in a
And it's
warehouse.
not like, and even if you have all stuff, it's not like that's public knowledge that people can just find out.
As long as you live in an abandoned warehouse in literally the middle of nowhere, you're good. You ain't gotta worry about nobody tracking you.
So stupid. Anyway, that's
That's a public service announcement that took all of maybe 5 minutes.
yeah,
Now on to more serious matters.
absolutely.
Boy bands. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta talk about boy bands.
All right. So I brought up something yesterday before we even started this podcast.
And I'm curious to know
boy
where this
bands.
is going.
So I'm 26, and much of my adolescent years were spent listening to. As far as boy bands go, it was a lot of NSYNC, a lot of Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, because you were born in '94,
Right.
and the boy band craze really kicked off again in like '97, '98.
Yeah.
So you were like you were there for it.
Right. And in Britney Spears, but that she's not a boy
like
band.
pop music.
But she was hanging out with like
it
that
was,
crowd.
Yeah, it was a huge revolution in pop music.
Right. But for me, my boy band of choice wasn't until I was like already a teenager and I heard Big Time Rush.
Mm-hmm.
So that's technically for me.
That's your big one.
That's my boy band.
Gotcha.
And now at that point, I was like what 13 years old when Big Time Rush showed up. So I was already kind of like I should have already been out.
Was it that long ago? Big Time Rush?
Yeah, Big Time Rush was like 2008.
Wow.
Because they were around when I was like in junior high school.
It seems much more recent, but
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Wow.
They did a song with Snoop Dogg. I think that was their first song. Their first like actual like big song was Boyfriend featuring Snoop Dogg.
You know what? I was gonna say, how could they afford Snoop Dogg? They probably couldn't, but Nickelodeon
Nickelodeon
had money for Snoop Dogg.
Look, Nickelodeon is stacked.
That SpongeBob money.
All that SpongeBob money, man.
Yeah.
That's really all it is. I don't know any other show that's on Nickelodeon that was that big.
No.
As much as I hate to say it, as much as My Life as a Teenage Robot, Invader Zim, Rocco's Modern Life, like and all those old
they
shows.
They weren't bringing in the money like SpongeBob was.
SpongeBob was different, and it changed.
Maybe Rugrats, because Rugrats had movies.
Okay.
They had theatrical releases.
Yeah, they had Rugrats the movie and Rugrats Go to Paris.
Yeah.
Or Rugrats in Paris.
And then wasn't there the Rugrats Gone Wild?
I don't know what kind of movie that is.
Did they go? Wasn't that one?
I don't
With
know.
the Wild Thornberries?
Oh, I think that was a thing. Oh, Wild Thornberries, man.
See, I had to put you up on game right there.
I miss Wild.
No, I wasn't.
Arnold.
Hey Arnold had a theatrical release too.
Hey Arnold was.
I don't think they was bringing in a lot of money. I don't even know if that movie even did that well.
Never forget Stoop Kid.
Stoop Kid. He's still out there.
He left his stoop eventually. I just hangs out, you know. Man, man, I miss Hey Arnold was something different too. All those old Nickelodeon shows were like kind of like before their time.
Okay, get back to your boy bands though. We'll come back to Nickelodeon.
So yeah, I'm curious to know what your boy band is. I assume it's Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, I'm a Backstreet guy. I almost said I'm a Backstreet Boy.
They the sixth member? Nobody knew?
No, I guess at the time, so I'm 36, so I'm older than you. So I was born in the mid 80s. I remember there was a little bit of a boy band craze in the late 80s, early 90s, and then it went away. When it came back, no, because then it transitioned into R&B groups.
Yeah, like
and so then they
No
got
Doubt.
real big.
No, not No Doubt. Sorry,
No Doubt.
TLC.
Well, that's a girl group, but I mean more like Boyz II Men and Drew Hill and 112 and Jagged Edge, and then it went back to pop in the late 90s, and then it was NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys and O-Town, 98 Degrees, a few, many more who I just don't know their names.
They just fell off.
Yeah, but Backstreet and NSYNC were the two big ones. And 98 Degrees was like that third one that was trying to get in, and they were like the closest to being in that group.
I'm going to be honest, I ain't never heard 98.
You've never heard 98
I've never heard
Degrees?
98 Degrees.
You know what? That's okay.
Because to me, it was always NSYNC, it was always the Backstreet Boys.
I don't think anybody would be too mad at you.
And then Britney Spears was just hanging out.
You make it seem like Britney Spears didn't do
I know.
anything.
It's weird because Britney Spears was big.
She was huge.
She was super
You
huge.
can make the argument she was bigger than all of them. She was bigger than NSYNC.
Yeah.
You can make the argument. Maybe it's close, but she was.
Yeah.
It was pretty big.
I think my favorite song from her is Toxic.
Yeah, I don't think I have a favorite song by her.
I've only heard of two all the way through.
Her songs are catchy, but
I've only heard of two of them all the way through.
I don't need to.
It's Toxic and the other big one that she had.
She had two big.
Bye, bye, bye.
Okay, that's NSYNC.
Oh.
You brought this up, Dillon. This was something that you brought up, and
Why
you don't
think
even
she
know.
Sing that song?
I don't know. There's 5 men singing that song. How did you think this one woman was singing that song?
Man, that's how good Britney Spears is. She's better than the 5 men singing one song.
God. Okay, let me help you out.
Okay, what was
Let me just
help me
school
out.
you real quick on late 90s, early 2000s pop. NSYNC was Bye Bye Bye.
Okay.
It's Gonna Be Me. I'll Never. Wait, no, that was Backstreet Boys. I'm getting them mixed up now.
Okay, what was the Britney songs?
Before Toxic came out later.
Of course it did.
Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Yeah.
And Oops, I Did It Again.
That's what I was thinking.
Those are the two big ones.
Okay, I was thinking of Oops. What did I think of Bye Bye Bye?
I don't know. Toxic came out way later.
Oh, that makes sense why I like it so much. So
Crazy, or You Drive Me Crazy. One of the, I forget the title. Those were like the big ones, and then Toxic came, probably like third, fourth album, maybe third album.
Yeah.
Maybe second. I don't remember anymore. I'm a Slave for You. That was another song.
Listen, all those boy bands, we talk about how good they are. Truly, the top of the mountain. New Kids on the Block.
Nah.
We talk really?
Really. I was there for the New Kids on the Block era.
Hanging Tough?
Hanging Tough was a great song.
And we just gonna act like that's not.
The Right Stuff. Good song.
Okay.
But then they went away. And nobody was asking for New Kids on the Block.
But their magic stayed with us even till today.
Oh, here we go. I'm just going to go right past that.
What?
Here's the thing. You will sit up here and act like a certain group or artist is so great, and you will listen to 2 songs, and then you just good.
Okay.
So you sit up here talking about New Kids on the Block.
Okay. I don't know if this is in my defense, but most of the people I like, I only have 2 songs up on my Spotify playlist.
Okay, but then you will say that so and so is like the greatest of all time, and then you will name the 2 songs that you listen to. You just said Britney Spears, and you just said 2 songs, one of which was a song she didn't even sing. You only
and
good
the
for
thing
2
is,
songs.
I don't even have that song on my playlist. I don't have that NSYNC song.
That's why you didn't know it was in
Yeah,
sync.
I didn't know it was in sync.
You couldn't have put it on your playlist if you was looking for Britney Spears. Bye.
I don't even. To be honest, I think I don't like that song just because I heard it so much growing up.
Now that song did get played a lot. I remember on the radio. On the radio,
TV.
it got played. It was in heavy rotation, so you were gonna hear that song at least twice an hour, maybe 3 times every hour, every day for several months. And then that was just on the radio. On TV, because this was when TRL was coming on. So then the video was the most requested video on MTV.
Right.
This was back when MTV still showed music videos, and that video would come on several times a day. And then you, I feel like even you would go out to maybe like a grocery store or something like that, and the song might still come on there.
You got in a mall?
In a mall.
That's all you hear.
JCPenney, Sears, something like that.
Go to like Target or something.
Yeah.
You listening to that
whatever's like popular at the moment, they'll play, bye. But yeah, I was a Backstreet Boys fan. I did like NSYNC at that time. To me, their music doesn't hold up though. That was a very late '90s sound. The Backstreet Boys had songs like that too. Like "I Want It That Way" is a very cheesy, corny late '90s pop song.
The more I hear it though, I like it every time.
Because it's catchy and it'll grow on you. And that song was stupid. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't know all the words to it.
All I know is "Tell Me Why." Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Hey, yeah. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
There you go. Tell me why.
I
never want to hear you say, I want it that. See, look at that. Look how we just workshopped that whole thing.
I mean, it was coming to me as I was like, oh yeah, it does kind of go
so
like
that.
that
Song was annoying, and I will never say that is their best song. It's their most popular song.
Well, most boy band and pop songs.
But see, here's why I like Backstreet Boys. They would sneak in some R&B. They were actually great singers. They just had to do the pop stuff to kind of sell the records. But once you got the records, they had some like soulful songs. They had some substance in their songs. They had some good ones.
As opposed to Bounce, 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 Bounce.
The worst song. I said it on the last podcast, and I will say it again. Ignition Remix is the worst
Speaking
song.
of which, I still haven't. I don't know what I've heard the remix only. I never even heard the.
Yeah, I didn't know there was an Ignition regular. But
yeah, classic. Does he not know Bounce Bounce in the classic?
I don't know, but that Ignition Remix. I will tell you right here and now, I would rather listen to the Backstreet Boys than R. Kelly.
I think that's fair.
At me.
I think that's
at me. I don't care.
I think you're in the majority on that one, especially.
Now. Now I am. I think
until we hear something about the Backstreet Boys, I think you're good.
The Backstreet Boys have stayed scandal free, I think.
For the most part, right?
I don't think there's ever been anything.
Ain't nobody punching no lady or nothing.
Nah.
Hopefully.
I think the Backstreet Boys have been. I think they've been okay.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good to have a group or like a video or like a company or something that doesn't have like some weird nonsense going on?
You know what? In this day and age, it feels like everybody's got some kind of scandal. But when you really think about it, it's a very small percentage of people that's getting canceled or almost about to get canceled.
Hey, listen, all right.
It's not.
I don't care what y'all say. I never punched any old lady.
That's not what I heard.
She had it coming.
Oh, see, that changed real quick. That changed real quick.
All right, listen. I did not do a Canadian destroyer to that old lady off the roof.
God, that sounds like attempted murder. She hit me
with the Canadian destroyer off the roof.
That sounds like attempted murder.
Okay, listen. All right, y'all don't know. You listen. This is an audio podcast. You don't know how I look. I could be in a neck brace right now.
He's not.
I could be though.
But you're not.
You don't know that.
I'm looking right at you.
I had to sneak it in somewhere.
You will. I hate that sentence so much.
You don't know that?
Because it's such a it's that's how Dillon wins an argument without actually trying.
Oh yeah.
He just says
that's how everyone wins an argument. That's the argument.
If it's not, you don't know that, it's yeah, but still.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, still.
The sky is blue.
Yeah, but still, you don't know that. There you go. That's the 2-part.
Double down.
That's the 2-hit combo that no one can break.
Wow, that was dumb. All right, let's change the subject.
Yeah, let's go back to that Nickelodeon thing.
Oh yeah. We do need to talk about Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon. Okay, so are we talking about like the shows that really brought in the money for Nickelodeon? Because I like you said, SpongeBob, maybe Rugrats. I don't know if there was anybody else.
Maybe Fairly Odd Parents.
Maybe.
But they was on. I've heard that that's another show that's just been on for way too long and it just got worse.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
And since we talk about Rugrats, we all know only the true fans of Rugrats can appreciate the aftermath, which is known as All Grown Up. Only true fans can appreciate All Grown Up, like I do.
See, you say true fans. I think it's fans who have lost their way.
Oh, really?
Fans who have given up.
Is that what we
doing? Who have decided that there's just nothing else on TV. So we're just gonna watch. The whole premise of Rugrats was that they were babies.
Yeah, and then they went through a magical door or something, and then they became all grown up.
So that's just
If I remember, actually, I don't remember how that tie-in worked because I think it was like one episode.
It was one episode
where they were like I think Tommy crawled through a door.
I don't remember how that happened. I just remember that there was just a one-off. It was a one-off special.
It was a one-off special. I think it was supposed to be like the series finale of Rugrats.
Maybe so.
And then like Tommy.
Not the series finale.
You don't think so?
It wasn't the series finale. The show was coming back.
But
it might have been a season finale.
All I remember was that Tommy went to a prom, and then he left.
I don't remember the episode, but I remember it was. In fact, it was even called All Growed Up.
Yeah, because they were kids.
Yeah, so they.
And
I'm really going back into my memory for this because I think I watched that. Cause this was 90.
This was close to 2000s at this point.
99, yeah, or maybe 2000.
I think 2000s.
I think I was in high school.
I think Rugrats in Paris was like 98, 99.
Wow, I'm old. 98, 99, I was in junior high. And yeah, so it was that's about right. I was about that age. Because I was already not watching.
Oh yeah, you was
Rugrats.
out. Like I think Nickelodeon already giving you all you wanted.
Yeah, I watched Nickelodeon really from like the late '80s, and then I stopped watching.
And you only went back for My Life as a Teenage Robot.
That was it.
That
That was the only show that I was like, this is okay. No, you know what? I watched Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles and My Life as a Teenage Robot. Yeah. Those were the only two shows that felt like, okay, I can watch these shows. Now, I should also mention, I don't know if we mentioned that our relationship, I'm your uncle.
Yeah, did we ever mention that?
I don't know. I don't know if we did.
Nick is my uncle.
Yeah,
I'm his nephew by obvious, mathematics.
Yeah. About 9 years. There's about a 9 year difference between us. Right now we're 10 years older, but your birthday is
My birthday is in
3 weeks. And then
from this recording.
And then your sisters are 9 years younger than you.
Me, yeah.
So I'm bringing that up to say I watched Nickelodeon when I was a kid. I stopped watching like 97 because that's when I started watching MTV. And that was like when I grew up.
Yeah.
I was like, man, these cartoons are
you
stupid.
watching these small, like you watching SpongeBob as like a teenager. What are you doing?
I started watching The Real World. I was like, man, this is what TV is.
Okay, so for me it was kind of same but also different because I watched as a kid. I watched SpongeBob and stuff, but because we didn't have cable, so I ended up watching a lot of Simpsons because it was on Channel 11. And a lot of Simpsons. I watched a lot of Simpsons. Mm-hmm. King of the Hill. Okay. Malcolm in the Middle.
Ooh, Malcolm in the Middle.
Not Reno. What's it called? King of Queens. Seinfeld. Frasier. All those like
that was your
time shows.
That was your way out of Nickelodeon.
Yeah, that was my introduction into more adult media.
Yeah, once you start watching stuff that's not cheesy Nickelodeon stuff. It's hard. You can't go back.
You see someone choking their son out every episode. It's like, man, dang, it's way different from SpongeBob.
Yeah, we never have stuff like this on Nickelodeon.
Hey, actually, shoot, Mr. Krabs was fake cursing that one episode. Homer was getting cursing every other episode.
And The Simpsons, they were cursing. And
people get killed outright.
People died on that show.
Yeah.
So I watched Nickelodeon from the time I was a kid, and then I stopped watching on my own. But then you came along.
Yeah.
Well, actually, while I was still watching it, you were still maybe a toddler. And then I was all the way out. But then I would still babysit you. And we would watch Nickelodeon. There was a lot of Nick Jr. stuff. And so I still was watching Nickelodeon when you were a kid. And then you grew up. But now your sisters came into the world.
And then they got you to watch it again.
And so I was watching.
And it kind of got me going kind of visiting.
Yeah, so then you just start babysitting. You just start and you're watching Nickelodeon. So I've never stopped. I've only recently stopped watching Nickelodeon.
I just remember a show that the twins used to watch that I hated every time I heard it. Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Did they watch that show?
Yes.
I don't think they watched that show.
It was on when I was in there.
It might have been on, but I don't think they was really into that show.
And what's worse?
Okay, if you want to talk about shows that we hated that other people watched, I hated all of y'all shows.
I mean, yeah, SpongeBob as an adult.
I do not like SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Okay, but Patrick's cool.
No, he's not. He's the worst one.
How dare you?
Patrick is the worst one on that show. Everybody.
That man getting his own show, and you gonna badmouth him?
That's like the worst character from the worst show getting the TV show of his own.
How is Squidward not getting his own show?
Squidward's the only one I like.
Okay, I know that we're jumping far to the future. How is it that iCarly got a reboot on Paramount Plus that's more like towards adults now, but Squidward doesn't get his own like Paramount Plus like more adult themed show? I'm
cool with everybody on SpongeBob not getting TV shows because I don't get it. It's not for me to get. It's not my era.
It's not you're not the target demographic.
No, I'm not. I never was. So like I said, I just don't like any of the shows y'all watch. I didn't like Jimmy Neutron.
Oh.
I didn't like Fairly Odd Parents.
You ain't down with the Neutron?
I didn't like Angry Beavers.
Okay, come on now.
I didn't like Cat Dog.
I'm about to walk up out of here. I
could name so many shows.
Okay, Rocco.
I did like. Okay, Rocco was my era.
Yeah.
I liked Rocco. What
was it? Kabloom?
I didn't like Kablam. When Kablam came on, I usually would see what else was on TV.
Okay, but you liked Rocket Power.
No.
What?
I didn't like Rocket Power. I didn't like Rocket Power. I didn't like Wild Thornberries.
Oh. Man.
All of those shows was just.
I'm getting heel turned during the podcast. This isn't even the right podcast for this.
I didn't like any of them. I'm telling you, the only shows from the time you watched Nickelodeon, I don't think there was a show I liked.
Oh, you liked Invader Zim, right?
No, I never watched Invader Zim. Oh. I don't remember you watching that.
Oh, I watched it.
Oh,
that show was a trip.
Okay.
You knew whoever was writing that show was on something.
I actually don't think I've ever watched Invader Zim.
I would encourage you to try to get 2, because I don't know about the first episode. Try to get 2 episodes in and see how you feel. Because it's one of those shows that's like, it's kind of like Rocco and like Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, wow.
Where it's like, this is a weird show to show to a kid.
Wow, okay.
Right?
Now, Rocco and, Ren and Stimpy, oof, that was the show.
Oh, of course.
If anybody born between in the late 80s to early 90s, you know about Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy was the creme de la creme of
even as a
Nickelodeon
kid, I'm
show.
like, this is a show. Huh?
There's a lot of stuff on there that I can't believe they even put on Nickelodeon.
Like somebody I watched stream, they were talking about Ren and Stimpy because you know that new Nickelodeon fighting games coming out. Yeah. And what's his name?
Ren?
Powder Toast Man.
Oh, he's in that game.
He's in that. And I'm like,
and
weird. He was going back, like looking at all his old Ren and Stimpy. It's like, wow, some of those actually got released on TV for a kid's channel.
That was, looking back at it, because it was a lot of butt jokes. But I mean, when you're like
a kid,
9, that was like, of course, yeah.
I'm standing up and clapping.
This is comedy gold right now. But
he farted in that dude's face.
Yeah,
here we go.
Fart jokes.
Yeah,
this is amazing.
Ren and Stimpy went that extra mile though.
They did.
They always wanted okay, but we
did.
could make this like a cross joke.
Yeah.
We could go a little bit further to catch the adults in the room who are being forced to watch this show.
They always was throw some stuff in there. Now you have to go back and watch like a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Stuff we can't believe that they actually made it on Nickelodeon. That was on a kids show. Like, wait a minute, I remember that joke. I didn't get it back when I was 9 years old. Yeah, Ren and Stimpy was really good. Ren and Stimpy, Doug, Rocco's Modern Life, Our Real Monsters.
Yeah, that's the one.
Old Rugrats, like early Rugrats.
Yeah, super early.
They started running out of ideas too.
I lost control of my life.
I can't remember any other Nick shows I watched.
Yeah, you were kind of past that.
But also, I do want to point out back in my day, I hate to say that. Back
36 is already started. Back in my day, you youngsters.
You whippersnappers, y'all don't know what Nickelodeon used to be like. We had cartoons, but we had live action shows too, and our live action shows had just as much production. And it was just as well. It was well written. Pete and Pete, Clarissa Explains It All, Lucia Shorts, all that.
I was about to say we're gonna get to all that.
All that was the kids' alternative to Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that's why. Because I assume going back thinking about it, it really was like those two were just like the same thing.
And now
people who knew each other doing skits.
Yeah, and Kenan Thompson went from all that to Saturday Night Live. He's on there. He's the longest running, cast member now.
Good for Kenan.
He's been on there a long time now.
He's been doing a bunch of other stuff too.
Yeah, he's been in movies. He's got his own sitcom now, but he's still doing Saturday Night Live.
Kel got his own sitcom.
He does?
Yeah. You didn't know?
But it's on Nickelodeon, though, right?
I think. Yeah.
It's a kid show.
Yeah. He's one of the parents.
Yeah.
Man, good for those two.
Yeah, that is good.
I wonder what happened to Amanda Bynes.
She was doing movies for a little bit. I think she went crazy.
Oh.
I think she had like some...
Like a mental breakdown?
Yeah, I think she had like some... I shouldn't say that she went crazy. She had some mental illness issues going on.
Man.
Yeah, maybe... You know what? I'm not going to speculate because that's a serious issue. I don't want to trivialize what she was going through.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard from her in a while. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe she's taking care of herself. Yeah. She's just staying out the spotlight. But yeah, y'all shows sucked. My shows was great.
I was also going to bring up, that's very mean. Because I think the fact that you just, Jimmy Neutron, dang.
Jimmy Neutron was so annoying. And his head was way too big for the rest of his body.
He was a brainiac. He had a big brain.
Everybody's head was too big.
Okay, look.
What was the girl's excuse?
That was the art style of the show, all right? That was how it looked.
His friend was funny.
Which one?
Sheen.
You know, he got his own show.
Yeah, he wasn't that funny.
Nobody watched it but me.
He did not need his own show. He was funny, but he didn't It wasn't.
How many of those shows where it's like you get the supporting character their own show?
That's like imagine Family Matters, and they
they
say we're not going to give Urkel his own show. We're going to give Waldo his own show.
Not only did
we're going to give Eddie his own show. Here's
the weird thing about Family Matters. I'm glad you went to that because I was going to start going to more like the sitcoms, like iCarly and all them. It's so weird to me that even to this day, I always because like Family Matters for me would come on like Nick at Night, and like usually with the ones that they would show.
Now I feel old.
Okay, look, alright.
I remember when Family Matters was coming out with new episodes.
I know, but
I was watching I Love Lucy on Nick at Night.
Oh God,
Get Smart. Green Acres.
So yeah,
Family Matters on Nick at Night?
Yeah, Nick at Night. And the episodes they always showed had Urkel as like the main character.
Right.
So whenever, they already went like the last episode and they would rerun the first few seasons, I'd be surprised like, when is Urkel gonna show him with some weird shenanigans?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a normal show before. And Urkel was just kinda like the one-off every like 5 episodes.
I don't think he even shows up on Family Matters until like episode 2 or 3.
Yeah, and then he was, I guess, so popular that he slowly morphed into his show.
He was literally just a small character.
Yeah,
he would only show up a few times, and then eventually he was the whole show.
Right. So it's like you want to talk about? He probably is the most successful example of the supporting character got their own show to the point where the original show became his show.
The original show became his show.
He was the main character.
In fact, season 2 was when he became a regular.
Yeah.
And they really was like, oh, he's going to be way more into a part of the show. And they got rid of one of the Winslow kids to accommodate Urkel.
It was the little girl, huh?
The little girl, Judy, I think was her name.
She was like she became the supporting character every 5 episodes.
They got rid of her.
Oh, really?
She doesn't.
She started. In the later episodes, she would show up every now and again.
No.
Really?
Season 1, she's in every episode. See, the season finale of season 1 is her final episode.
Damn.
From season 2 on, there's no mention of Judy. And in fact, when they even talk about the Winslow kids, they only mention 2 of them. Yeah. Eddie and Kelly. Not Kelly. That's a real name. Laura. That's a real name.
Oh, a little tidbit about that. And my mom always tells me about. When I was like super little, apparently my mom took me to like a sort of like gospel thing, like at the forum. And Laura was there.
Oh, really?
And I met her as a kid.
Oh, I think I remember hearing this story too.
Yeah, and I just don't remember it at all.
I don't think I was there.
I was like, man, if I could remember that, that'd be cool to know.
Okay, since we're telling Family Matters stories about the cast, I just remember the story too. I met Carl Winslow.
What?
Yeah, Reginald Van Johnson. Let me say it, call him by his real name.
Yeah. You can say Carl.
Carl Winslow.
Yeah.
So when I was in junior high, the school, you know how like when you're in school, like you have like these inside jokes and these running jokes that like the whole class knows, or these sayings. For whatever reason, there's an episode in Family Matters where Carl Winslow is trying to practice like coping mechanisms for whenever Urkel made him upset.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
That's it. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
What the heck?
It's wrong. It's bothering me. And we would say that all the time.
Oh,
all the time. So cut to one day, we in class, and the door opens, and it's Carl Winslow walks through the door.
Man.
We were like, oh, and it was like a double reaction because everybody was like, hey, that's Carl Winslow, and it was like, oh, that's Carl Winslow. That's the guy.
That's
so
the 3, 2, 1 guy.
Yeah, so he comes in, and it was very much like, and this is what happens when you go to school in the inner city. He came in to give us like that pep talk that celebrities do. You guys just gotta keep focused on what you're doing and make it.
I thought like because he was a cop in the show, he would do like the gang member talk.
think he was coming. I think he was going around to all the schools and all the classrooms. It was like his charity,
right?
His contributions to the hood. to come in and talk to all the kids and just say, stay on the right path. And one day we was like, cool. Question, can you say the line from the 3, 2, 1? And he just kind of looked like, okay. Let me see, how does it go? 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? Man, we freaked out. We was like, "Whoa, my!" He said the line.
I like how y'all said the line, like as if that's his catchphrase that he says in every episode.
He said that in one episode.
Granted, that's probably one of my favorite episodes of his, because it really was like everything went wrong, and he just was like,
he kept saying, "Yeah." He was trying to keep it together.
He was holding it like 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
What the heck is bothering me? And then he looks at the garage door with the car through it. That's what.
Yeah. I remember that. That might be the only episode I really remember all that vividly.
Oh my goodness.
That was. And so for him, he was just. You talk about wrong place, wrong time. He coming here trying to.
He's trying to be a serious.
I have no memory what he tried to say to us. No memory. The whole time I was just thinking, hey, can you just like be quiet so we can get you to say the line? Yeah. We just want to hear you say the line. We got Bart. You. Yeah, exactly. Say the line, Bart. We was like, come on, man.
Goodness.
And so the look on his face, I of all the celebrities out there who I want to meet Reginald Van Johnson again. Because I want to ask him if he remembers us. Because he has to. Because I can't imagine people are asking.
There's no way multiple schools was like, exactly. Can you say the 3, 2, 1
exactly.
line?
And I want to tell him the whole story of why. Because that seems super random for us to ask him that.
I mean, I would think a catchphrase of his would be the "Get out."
Yeah.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get
yeah.
Out.
No.
Go home. That's what it was. It was go home.
We wanted to hear 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, or 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3.
What the heck is bothering
me?
Man, it's a shame that like all those actors like. Well, at least Urkel himself. I'm sorry. What's his name? What's his real name?
Jaleel White.
Jaleel White doesn't like that character.
I think he softened his stance on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think I even read that he'd be willing to reprise this role, like in a smaller capacity. Maybe not like a reboot or anything. I don't think he wants to do it full time. But I think
wouldn't even know how he would.
Maybe I think he did do a commercial where there was like an Urkel doll in it. But he didn't do the voice. He didn't do any of that stuff.
Right.
But he's at least softening his stance.
Right.
There was a time where he was very much like, don't call me Urkel.
Well, I mean, if we're talking like as far as like celebrity characters, Urkel is probably one of those that's like, people gonna did I do that thing again?
Yeah.
And they're gonna do like the nasal voice, and they're gonna like. That is kind of like a hard pill to swallow. Yeah. That's someone you played as.
I've always personally, I don't understand that. I don't understand the whole, look, I played that character in the past. Like, let's move past it now. Because if nobody knew who you were before that.
Right.
And now people know who you are.
After.
You should be grateful that you have fans.
I personally will be like, yeah, okay,
And some people are like that. They're like, hey, I did it.
You gotta recognize what got you big.
Exactly.
Right?
That's like the people who was in Friends. That was their big break. Yeah. And then as soon as Friends was over, I don't want to talk about Friends. What are you talking about? No, we talk about Friends all the time.
Yeah, you gotta talk about Friends.
Oh, I don't know if you want to do I don't know if you want to get back together.
What's her name? From King of Queens, like the wife.
Leah Remini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what if she was just like, nah. I don't want to talk about King of Queens. Yeah, what's his name? The husband,
Kevin James.
Yeah, Kevin James got big.
He did. He started doing like movies.
Yeah,
and stuff.
He got Paul Blart.
He did do Paul Blart. Paul Blart was a big.
Yeah, didn't he get like 3 movies?
It had at least 2. Maybe so. Because that first one, like I remember, nobody. I didn't think it looked all that good.
Yeah, I never seen it.
I never saw it.
I've never seen Paul Blart 1.
And then Paul Blart I remember when it came out, it was like, it wasn't number 1.
No.
But it was like
big.
2. But it was like either 2 or 3.
Popular.
And then like the next week, it was still 2. And like other movies had come out. And then the next week after that, it was still doing like numbers like number 2. It's like, it's doing surprisingly well. Because like other movies that came out at the same time was dropping off.
Right.
And it wasn't never
as you
like
would expect.
Yeah, right. 'Cause every week there's a drop off. Paul Blart was not dropping off. People were going to see it more and more.
I was surprised they made a second one. I'm like,
well,
was
after the success of the first one,
yeah.
they was like, it's like in basketball. You got to keep shooting till you miss. It was a heat check. So they were like, well, that first one just went off, so we got to do it again. And I think that second one, nobody saw it.
I mean, if you want to talk about keep shooting till you miss, we can get into the Fast and the Furious franchise right now.
They missed? They haven't missed.
To them?
To people make fun of their movies, but people still go see it.
Yeah.
They're 9
and
in.
They have, I think, what's his name? Dude from Too Fast, Too Furious?
Ludacris?
No, the other one. The bald one. Help me out.
Tyrese,
yeah. He's been in there since then.
He
he wasn't in Tokyo Drift.
He wasn't in Fast. He wasn't in the fourth one.
Oh, really?
He was, because that's when, after a while, they started bringing back people.
Right.
He was part of the bring back, let's bring back some of the older.
Let's have
older cast members.
Yeah, but he's been in there since.
And same thing with Ludacris, because Ludacris came in later movies too, and he just stayed in there.
Ludacris, the what's it called? The race guy, the race promoter turned actual hacker.
Yeah, because he was kind of good at technology in the first movie he was in. So now he's like a full-blown scientist or something.
Just a hacker.
Oh,
like, yo, man, you want me to just get in there?
Whatever.
Hack that CIA computer?
Whatever. How did we get on Fast and Furious? So we was talking about Nickelodeon.
We talked about Family Matters and people not liking their roles.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if Ludacris actually is super cool with that.
Being on for Fast and Furious? Yeah. If you know him, he probably is, because I think there are some people who know him from his rapping, his rap career.
And same for Ice-T in Law and Order.
I think most people know him from Law and Order at this point.
Really?
Because, I mean, he was rapping and he was acting. Well, yeah, he started acting really in the 80s.
Really?
Yeah, he was already doing stuff.
I only knew him from rapping. And then when I eventually started watching Law and Order Special Victims Unit, and he was in there, I'm like, wait, the rapper is like a serious cop?
Right. Nah, he already was doing some roles in movies. That's cool. I would say in the late 80s, early 90s. And then he just went on over to Law and Order.
Man, shout out to Ludacris and Ice-T. They doing it.
Ice-T, I never thought about it until now. He has a long acting career.
Apparently so.
I remember when he was on New York Undercover. He was like the bad guy in that. He was like a bad guy, man.
Oh,
he
was
like
kids or something.
I think he might have kidnapped one of the main character's son.
Oh shit.
And was holding him hostage. They had and I think he killed another main character. Something like that.
Oh, he was killing the main characters?
He was like the main. If he was like the Joker to their Batman.
Oh shoot.
He would pop up in every episode, and it was like, oh, this guy. This is gonna be a problem. He was like the kingpin of some group or the gang or something like that. Yeah.
Dang, we out here.
He was rough.
I wonder how many of those rappers became serious, had serious roles. So they had to play in sitcoms.
In sitcoms.
Sitcoms, movies.
Well, you can have a whole all-star team of rappers who went full-time into acting, like Queen Latifah and LL Cool J.
Yeah, Queen Latifah, I think she has a detective show now.
I think it got canceled already.
Oh,
The Equalizer.
Yeah,
they made a TV version.
I saw the previews to that. I'm like, you know what? Maybe one day I'll give this a look.
You know what? It just looked.
I was curious.
Okay, I don't.
She looked like the way they was playing her. It sounded like she was like a very hardened detective. I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes. I'm curious. Never seen it still.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
It just looked too. It just looked a little. Okay, this is gonna sound super mean, but Queen Latifah is 50.
I was like,
52,
you talk about her age?
And she's out here doing fight choreography.
I mean, you could punch a few guys.
Did you see the commercials? It was full on John Wick up in there.
she was like shooting people around corners. And stuff?
I'm saying it was hand-to-hand combat. She's blocking.
Oh, she's like doing like
exactly.
Oh.
I'm like, come on now.
I mean,
like we couldn't have. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know about all that. Wait, this supposed to be like a detective, like a serious detective.
Like
show?
I don't know if she's even a cop. I think she's. I don't know what the premise of the show is.
I assume she was a detective. She was wearing like a full suit.
I don't know. I'm not even gonna try and act like I understand, but it just didn't look
like it would work.
It just didn't look natural. I'm sorry.
I believe her.
It's probably a great show.
I feel like if they did something close to like Law and Order,
I can see her doing something like that.
Yeah, like a little bit, like she was like a legitimate detective.
I can see her doing
more
something
than,
like that.
Fight
and maybe she has to run and catch a criminal.
Yeah, like maybe you do like an actual like shakedown.
Yeah,
like you actually like trying to.
But
catch
I ain't
somebody.
trying to see Queen Latifah up here throw karate kicks and you know
doing like Shoryukens.
Yeah,
throw a fireball. You know.
Yeah, what are you doing? I don't need the
video game. Oh wait, the video game already exists. It's called Def Jam.
Oh, and
we ain't seen one since what 2005.
Well, that just made me sad.
I'm sorry.
I missed that game.
Hey, if enough people like the Twitter, the tweet, then maybe they'll make a new Def Jam.
What was that, like 2 years ago? Everybody got hyped.
Like every year.
Everybody got so hyped that they were going to make another Def Jam game, and then they never did.
I think they're still afraid of what Icon did. They made that one Def Jam game that wasn't that great.
Did EA make that game?
Yes.
EA has made bad video games for years. You think people was going to stop buying Madden because you made Madden 13? No. They made 9 more after that.
And most of them are just dragging.
They're all bad. They're all bad. I just bought Madden 22.
What was it? 2K20? W2K20? That melted when you tried to play it.
That was.
And then they were like, okay, we won't make a 2K20. We're gonna make an arcadey 2K game now, and it still melted a little bit. I heard it wasn't. Actually, I haven't heard anything since it came out, so I assume it was mediocre at best. But hey, 22, it plays different. Okay, trust us. We're EA. Sorry, we're 2K.
And 2K has a better track record with video games.
Yeah, that's true.
So for them to have a bad video game, that's saying something. Actually, no, it's not.
I don't know if we're gonna get on the wrestling podcast, but you know them and WWE ain't too happy with each other.
We'll talk about that on the wrestling podcast. Yeah. Because now we're 47 minutes in.
Oh shoot! What did we talk about? We talked about.
We talked about a whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
We need some structure on this podcast.
About nothing. This really is a Seinfeld gimmick.
I did have something else I wanted to talk about, but we'll talk about it on the third one.
I mean, we could quick shoot it.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be quick. But let's just hypothetical question. Yeah. And I stole this from another podcast. I don't know why I admitted that, but I felt the need to.
Hey,
I felt the need to. I didn't come up with this. I didn't come up with this question on my own.
Honesty is a virtue.
There's a brand new mall that's about to get built.
Okay.
Brand new, and everything is done except for the food court.
Okay.
And they come to you. They say, Dillon, you have full autonomy of the food court. We need 5 places.
Oh.
And listen, you can put whatever you want in there, but just keep in mind we need this food court to make money.
Okay.
You got 5 places to put inside this food court.
Okay.
What are you putting in there?
All right. A little context. I am in the family known as the burger person.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm at least putting a Five Guys in there.
5 Guys. Okay. 5 Guys.
5 Guys.
That's your burger place.
You have to put the coffee place. Help me out. Starbucks.
Okay.
You need
Starbucks.
to have a Starbucks. If
okay.
You need people to sit and do nothing.
Okay.
So Starbucks.
Okay.
5 Guys.
5 Guys. So far, I like it.
Maybe a California's Pizza Kitchen.
Okay. Ooh, fancy. You want fancy pizza?
Hey, listen. You told me 5 places. You didn't say how much.
No, they had no money is no object. So you go California Pizza Kitchen.
You need your health food place or a Subway.
Subway, okay.
Get a Subway in there, and maybe just for funsies, you throw in like a, I don't know, throw in like a Carl's Jr.
Oh, so you're gonna go two
burgers.
Okay, so one cheap burger,
one cheap. Yeah, if you just
one cheap,
want to pass through,
one expensive burger, and one slightly less expensive
burger. If you just want to pass through, be like, hey, can I get a famous starter real quick?
Yeah.
And just walk.
So when the Five Guys line's too long,
right?
Yeah,
right.
I got
you can have them compete.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you have that whole thing going on.
Okay. I also would go Subway. I was thinking Starbucks. I thought about Starbucks.
I would say Starbucks. You need a Starbucks.
I'm gonna pass on Starbucks.
Really?
Though. But I am gonna go Sparrow. I'm gonna go cheaper pizza than California Pizza Kitchen. I'm gonna go Panda Express. I'm gonna get the Chinese food place.
Yeah.
I like the burger idea. I didn't think about Five Guys. Cause I couldn't think of a burger place.
You do need a burger place.
You need a burger place.
Because you need that speedy just...
You need a burger and fries place.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna steal Five Guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. I was gonna say McDonald's, but I think I'm gonna go Five Guys a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I'm already got kind of a cheaper end pizza place and Subway's not super expensive either, I can go ahead and get the more expensive burger place.
Right.
And then I'm gonna go. I feel like I need a Mexican food place, so I'm gonna go Green Chili or Green Chile, whatever. That one that you see in a lot of malls.
Right.
I don't think I've ever seen a Taco Bell or a Del Taco in a mall.
Not in a mall.
So I'm gonna go with that Green Chile. It seems like they have that one in a lot of malls.
Right.
So now neither one of us have a dessert place.
I feel like because I was kind of doing that with Starbucks. Because they sometimes sell dessert.
You can get like something
like
desserty.
A cookie or
a
cake.
Yeah, they got the cake pops.
And realistically, also Carl's Jr. does desserts too.
They do.
So if you really wanted like a something.
So I don't have a dessert place then.
Nah. My two places that you didn't pick.
I
covered myself.
I got no Cinnabon. I got no Mrs. Fields.
You need at least a hot dog on a stick or something.
Oh, I forgot about hot dog on a stick. Yeah, you gotta have hot dog on a stick.
Yeah.
I gotta take somebody out.
Oh, well.
Who'd I say? Five Guys, Subway, Sparrow, Panda Express.
And Green Chile.
Okay, Green Chile's out. I gotta get hot dog on a stick. That's a staple. You can't not have hot dog on a stick.
Yeah.
I still ain't got no dessert place though. I need to get Cinnabon in there somewhere. Oh well.
Well.
You know what?
Well, that was episode 2. I'm very hungry now. Now that we talked about all that.
We ended it with food.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Well, that was nice.
That was nice.
We will be back for episode 3 at some point in the future. Hopefully in September.
We got to get a schedule going.
As we have said in the Wrestling Podcast episode, that's probably not out when this episode comes out.
It probably won't be.
Nick does work. I'm self-employed. He works about, 7 days a week? Well, there's only 7 days in a week. 6 days?
No, I work 5 days a week.
Oh, 5 days.
But it's just broken up.
It's broken up. It's not
weird.
consistent.
It's a 40-hour work week, but it's a weird 40 hours.
Yeah, Nick works. I'm self-employed. So me getting a podcast going is fine. Nick getting into a podcast is a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
And time consuming.
Yes.
Also, Nick likes to sleep.
This is true.
So, you don't get off till what? 12 o'clock?
Almost midnight. Yeah. It's a rough schedule. But we're going to do it because it's fun. Yes.
And we like talking.
This is the most fun I have all week. And we go off the rails quite often.
But it's fun going off the rails.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to tell that Family Matters joke.
I know. Nick also made some Family Matters.
I forgot about it until you brought it up. Wait a minute, I have a Family Matters story too.
Dang. Well, guys, we'll see you guys and gals next time. I'm going to say, hopefully before my birthday on the 24th of September.
That's doable.
Let's
shoot for that. Let's get episode 3 before September 24th.
Check your calendar. If it's out before the 24th.
Unless you're binging all these episodes, then don't worry about any of this.
Listen.
It's no telling when you're listening to this episode.
Listen, you could binge watch Seinfeld, and it's like, what? I thought last week they were in a sewer or something. What they doing now?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
See ya.
Later.
Bye-bye.